Hello, 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 and welcome to another podcast specifically made for our Austin group. Bringing you their thoughts tonight on Transformers and all things robotic will be, in no particular order, Jeff.
Hello.
Josh.
Hey.
Steve is drunk, so he's not here. And also we have Robert.
Yo, what's going on?
And then me, the laziest host in the world. I'm James. Thank you for joining us today, tonight, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you're listening to us, because you're not watching us live, because we're not that kind of a podcast. But nevertheless, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Dudes online with me, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Yeah, you bet. But I wanted to say something. It's like, you're not the laziest host ever, because, well, we're not hosting.
But then you're not a host.
You can't touch my levels of lazy.
No one else is hosting.
You know what? I aim as low as possible to reach y'all's level.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime I can help out with that. So yeah, we had a really good. There's a big bug on my window, and I'm going to shut it because I'm afraid it's going to come in my room. In the meantime, yeah, we had a really good meetup, and apparently it was one of the better ones that we've had in a while. And I wasn't there because I was at Sherwood talking to Robin Hood, and I didn't get anywhere with Lady Marion.
How much mead did you drink?
Mead?
Yeah.
Oh. I had 1 glass of mead, and then 2 Shiner Box. So yeah, how much mead did y'all drink?
Zero.
They
Anybody
didn't
drink
have.
beer?
They didn't have any mead.
I was accusing you of being drunk and thinking you were seeing Robin Hood.
No, there was Robin
That's
Hood
what's
there.
going
Robin Hood's there every year, every day of the.
Yeah, it's Sherwood Forest Fair.
So let me run off topic here. I went there like 2 weeks before for personal time. I went for work, and I had to interview Robin Hood, or the actor playing Robin Hood, who was doing a very poor accent, and he was struggling. While I was interviewing him, I'm talking to him as if he is Robin Hood, and the poor guy he did a good job, but he was struggling to keep the accent and answer properly with legitimate, accent and legitimate Sherwood speak. But it was funny as heck.
I'm Robin of Locksley, shrimp on the Barbie.
What? It's like an Australian.
I know. I was
Australian
doing
Bane.
it as terrible as possible. I think, whoa, words not working right.
So what did I miss at this meetup? That was a nice transition. What did I miss at the meetup?
What did you miss?
What did
You
I miss
missed
at the meetup?
The huge, giant Scorponok and whatever the other one is.
Black
Yes.
Zarek,
Black Zarek.
Amazing.
That.
the piece of la resistance.
They were really cool. I wouldn't pay money for them because they would take up so much room. But I'm glad someone else bought them and that I got to see them in person. Very impressive. Huge.
So what about? Okay, you say you wouldn't take that one. Would you take the large vinyl Devastator that came out?
No.
No.
I'm trying to cut back on large figures. I don't have anywhere to display them, and I don't want to buy something just to have to store it.
All right, let me ask you a question about that Black Zarek and all those other vinyl figures. Are those Transformers?
Oh God.
They represent the character, but they themselves are not Transformers.
They don't transform
They don't transform
as a toy.
as a toy.
They
Oh,
represent.
okay. What if you lay Black Zarek down and then kick his legs up? That could kind of...
No.
No, doesn't work.
They could
No.
transform into a melted puddle of plastic.
Yeah, with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
I'll put my 2 cents on these things. They're cool as heck. Do I consider them Transformers? Yes and no. I mean, they're representations of their robot forms. I mean, they come with a hefty price, but in today's prices and standards, if we actually had a Scorponok of that size or a Zarek at that size, I can't even fathom the price of those figures we would have to pay for. What the price we would have to pay for those figures?
Well, isn't Make Toys coming out with a Scorponok?
A smaller version, and we're looking at the $400 mark, like Utopia.
Yeah, it's going to be right around the size of Utopia too.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be bigger.
Nah.
No.
Oh,
I mean, that tail's going to like come up above his head, but
oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, they're beautiful figures. Thank you, Joel, for purchasing them.
Yeah.
So we don't have to. But I can't. Yeah, I can't explain that price to my wife, nor can I explain that price to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Ugh. Even though they were on sale, and I think that's how Joel scored both of them for a pretty decent price, actually.
But the storage commitment to have those is just ridiculous.
Yeah, they do take up quite a bit of room.
yeah. So we'll talk about. I know everybody has exhaust. I know there was exhaust there at the meetup. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but let's go ahead and move on to what the theme or the character of the meetup was. Starscream. Was there a huge amount of Starscreams, or was it just the typical, 10, 15 Starscreams sitting around?
Probably about 20.
20?
That's a good amount.
I
You
brought
can take
like
pictures
four
though.
different Starscreams myself, so
Oh wow.
The unfortunate, I brought my MPO3 Starscream, but unfortunately the tables were a little piled up with everyone's other stuff, so I left mine in the car.
I brought my MP Starscream, the green one. I forget which designation that is.
Designer's concept.
And another person brought one as well, and they had theirs in alt mode, and mine was in robot mode. So we put them next to each other, and it looked pretty cool.
So, Josh, you said you brought 4. What 4 did you bring?
let's see. I think I brought a Legends one of the newer Legends, Generations Legends. I brought I brought the trans robots. I think that's them. The Tetrajet version of Starscream.
Yeah. No, that's Unique Toys, isn't it?
No.
Is it? Oh no.
No, it's the company that went out of business. So
Yeah, I could have sworn that was.
is that Unique Toys?
I don't know.
The same
I'll
people
look
put
it
out
up.
Sharkticons.
Oh, yeah. Poor business.
I know, right?
They went belly up quick. No, it wasn't Impossible Toys. I can't even remember the name of them right now.
I have it right here. It is Impossible Toys.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it is. Oh,
It is
okay.
Impossible
Nailed it.
Toys.
Cool.
Let's see. I think those were all like really good ones I brought. I think I brought like the Universe Starscream as well. Yeah.
The Universe, is that the one with like the gold knees,
I think so.
and the wing is like there's a lot of red on the wing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I just sold that one to Julio, and I saw some pictures that he posted, and I saw the paint was kind of messed up on the nose of the jet. I didn't realize that, so I called him up and said, "Hey, man, I'll take $4 off that. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was messed up." But it's kind of important to have that stupid Universe Starscream. I don't know why. To me, it is. When I was collecting, that was one of the things that and Skywarp. But of course, they're the hardest to get, so it makes sense.
I sold mine to TF Source.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Yeah.
I did a mass selling of a lot of my Beast War stuff and my Universe stuff and whatnot, and I sold that one off. I was like, I've got a masterpiece of it now, so I'm happy.
Oh, I also brought the Fall of Cybertron with the coronation.
Oh, the crown.
Yep.
I kind of want to get that add-on set, but I don't know. That guy just sits on a shelf with all the others. I just don't see the need for it. But it's okay. I'll wait 2-3 months, Josh, and then I'll buy it from you when you sell it, like you're selling off the other. Wait, what's up, man? You doing a purge right now?
Just kind of selling off the extra things that I don't really need, don't fit in with other stuff in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I put up a Huff X-Transbots version because I got Bad Cube's version to go along with the other 2 mini-bots that they came out with. So the X-Transbots version was kind of standing out like a sore thumb. So
yeah,
he has to go.
When I saw you post that Huff, I immediately thought, "Ooh, I'm gonna get the." Oh wait, it's X-Transbots. Never mind.
I'm gonna be doing a purge soon. I need to clear up some space.
And I posted Hegemon because I don't really have any other Decepticons in that range, in that size range. So I'm just starting with Apollyon.
Yeah, you had to put up that tease earlier of the Bruticus.
Hey, it's up there. It's still up there.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where I can get the cash flow from.
Yeah, I'm selling a Bruticus as well, but mine has Boosticus instead of the.
I've got the Boosticus actually, but for that price and for that deal that you're giving Josh, it's oh man.
That's a nice deal.
That's good. Does the I didn't see it on your post, but for the Bruticus set that you're selling, does that come with the Grimlock?
I will add Grimlock to it for an additional price.
Ah, that's what I was wondering about.
I have the Grimlock if that's what you want. If that's what you want out of it, I still have that Grimlock. That Grimlock also comes with repro labels and an add-on kit.
I don't know how you can sell a Grimlock. Grimlock is forever. Grimlock is love. Grimlock is life.
Says the man who now owns the how tall, a 20-inch children's toy that basically just stands up.
Collectible.
Stop and chomp. Clearance? Is that what you said?
I still don't understand. He's got a Decepticon logo and a bunch of Autobot logos. I don't know why he's got that one Decepticon logo on it.
Well, it's in the gun. That's why I figure it's got to be like he's because. Have you listened to all the sound bites, all the sound effects and everything?
No, I turned that off.
I wonder if there's a sound effect inside that Stomp and Chomp Grimlock that says targeting Decepticons or something. That's
it doesn't talk. It's just like it just makes growls.
Well, maybe he does talk. You just don't speak Grimlock. You're not a big.
I speak Grimlock, sir. I majored in that and minored.
James, you never heard him get upset at work. Yeah, he totally speaks Grimlock.
Well, his name is Golar the Mighty. I don't know what that stands for, but I wouldn't want to meet Golar. That doesn't sound very nice. The other thing I was noticing, which y'all were talking about with the meetup, was the fact that Julio mentioned, hey guys, we got to keep it limited to 2 tables now. And y'all were talking about how outside in the front of the restaurant it turned into a giant swamp meet.
Yep.
It was like a flea market.
We still had all 3 tables. I don't. They just came up to us at one point. It says like we may need that other table, but they turned out not needing it.
Telling people bring 3 bots max or something.
Yeah,
well, it wasn't just the robots that people brought. It was also the amount of people we had.
Yeah.
No.
It's some of both.
Okay, so we take over 2 tables, then we took over 3, and then there was a 4th and a 5th table taken over. Oh, and outside, so that's 6. Yeah, so there were 6 tables taken over by us.
Well, and we also sometimes take up those side tables too.
Yeah, we did those as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's more a people thing than it is a robot thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we took up mainly for robots, actually.
Most of the tables were pretty packed.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people that show up without the robots, but I still say, I've always said this, I think people need to limit themselves when they bring bots, Bring enough so that if you're going to be sitting at a table, the amount of space that your meal would take up, that's your bots. Now, if you're going to eat, then put your bots away and eat in front of yourself or something. That's limit yourself to a 2 foot by 1 foot space to put out bots if you're going to bring it. If your bots don't fit into that amount of space, then just limit what you bring, or put something out and then take it down and put something else. But that's just me. I've always said that. We just need to be aware that there's a lot of people, there's a lot of toys being brought, and be careful.
True.
And until we get our get Josh to organize the giant con that we all want.
Yeah,
get on that.
It's in the plan.
Aren't you his second in command there, Jeff?
The plan is just
for another month.
The plan is just going much slower than I originally intended.
Yeah.
I'm actually unaware of this, so
there's no plan.
Damn it!
There's a month until my coronation, in which case I take over.
Okay.
You interrupt my coronation.
That's a completely different thing, sir.
Don't you interrupt my coronation.
So, did y'all buy anything while you were there?
Too much.
I paid $20 and I got a ton of stuff from James. Even threw in
God.
some freebies.
James was doing another blowout sale like he did last one.
Yeah, I got Armada Optimus Prime for $5. I got Star Saber with Victory Leo for free because it's missing some stuff. I got Rocksteady for free. I got Cybertron Red Alert or Cybertron Defense Red Alert for $5, I think. And then for $10, I got Wind Charger alternators.
Nice.
What does he turn into?
I think it's a Honda S2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wind Charger's a Honda.
What in the original cartoon or the original toy was he a Firebird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Corvette Firebird, you know.
Yeah, Firebird or a Camaro, one of the two.
Okay. I never had. I'm not really that familiar with Wind Charger. But when I saw who is it? X Transbots is doing Wind Charger. When I saw what their stuff turned into, I'm like, okay, maybe that makes sense.
Ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too interested in that right now.
Their mini bots leave a little something to be desired, but
Yeah.
let's see how they do on Apollyon. They're getting better.
They're like right on the edge of like. There's some third party designers that I just will not buy their stuff because it's really bad quality. They're right on the edge of like looks awesome and the quality is almost there and like not there for me. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. They're not the worst out there, but they're just still not on that edge of like a trusted source for me to pre-order or buy stuff. I really need to see it and the reviews for it before I buy it.
Yeah, I only had one problem with Transistor, and that was his head. I still haven't figured out exactly how to fix it yet.
What's that?
Transistor's head.
Oh.
It's a little bit floppy for me.
Time for the floor polish.
And I don't think it's a floor polishing. It's just the way it's supposed to move. It doesn't. Yeah, there's no friction. I think James actually ran into the same issue, but.
So
I haven't played with mine enough yet.
James?
I played with it for 5 minutes and.
What?
Are you back with us, James?
I had to step away for a moment. What issue was that?
Transistor's head.
Yeah, when
floppy?
I turned his head, I felt it pop off the stem.
Yeah.
So I had to get in there with some. What did I do?
Did you floor polish it?
Yeah, I just dumped a ton of floor polish into it, and it holds now. It doesn't.
Okay.
I still move it with kid gloves though, but it doesn't pop off the stem. It would stay connected because when you screwed the head together, it would seal around the stem, but it was still loose, and so you could get the shaky head syndrome.
Yep.
But after just dumping floor polish into it, I was able to spin it back and forth.
All right. Well then.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that.
I'm kind of impressed, and I agree with something that our local dealer was talking about, how X Transbots and KFC and all them are improving their game, but it's it's taking a bit for all of the factors that come into making a good toy to come together. They're doing really good on design and creating something that looks good in robot and alt mode. But then something over here might be a little off, or something over here might be a little off. But they're coming around. I mean, frankly, I bought the second run of Stacks, and it was great.
the aesthetics are great. Like, there's no argument there.
Yeah. So it just like Unique Toys. When Unique Toys came out with their Predaking, there were issues with the beginning robot modes and the beginning who's the bird. Dive Bomb. Their not Dive Bomb for Predaking was kind of bad. Unique Toys just didn't do a good job with that. But the subsequent figures that came out for that guy were really good. So I think sometimes it just takes a while for these companies to become a make toys or a fans toys. Unfortunately, I think KFC, I don't know, in my opinion, it feels like KFC is just throwing a bunch of stuff out there, and it's because of that they're not focusing on the quality. It's just get it out there, and it's taking a lot longer for that quality and for all these things to come together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for X Transbots, you know, the Apollyon coming up and whatnot. This is, I guess you could say, this is their last stand right here. If they screw up on this model, they know they're done for. So
they're probably not done for.
Yeah.
They've already got test shots for other robots coming out.
Well, yeah, you got a test shot, but keep this in mind: if we all get our not Megatrons, you know, and they start breaking left and right, you know, are we going to trust them with another figure?
Well, that's true.
Well, you may not, but you may not, but other people will. It's kind of like there, you know, who was it when Warbotron came out? Warbotron was giving the bots only to like 1 or 2 online.
Oh dear Lord, yes.
Okay, so that happened, and everybody got really upset, and they said, "This can't stand. We can't have one of these companies doing this. We're going to prove a point." Well, they didn't suffer at all. I mean, they're still doing stuff that are.
No, actually,
I haven't bought it.
I beg to differ.
Warbotron's changed their tune quite a bit.
Yeah, big time. Yeah,
like I'm not going to use names, but the vendor they decided to go with initially no longer is an exclusive vendor on release. It's going to 2 or 3 other vendors at the same time.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that they might have changed their tune, but they didn't suffer.
Well, that's why they changed their tune. I mean, they're still selling, but to get the movement they wanted, they had to change their tune.
Yeah, well, you're right on that. But the initial event that caused the uproar still went through, correct?
Well, how would you define suffering? Like, what do you want to see?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, when people, because I've said this before, what Robert said, if Apollyon doesn't work, X Transbots is gone. And my opinion and my theory on that is that's not quite true, because there's other things that people will see from X Transbots that they want, and so they're still going to buy that, hoping for the best. Kind of like, okay, we all had, like X Transbots, who was it? I really don't want to focus on this group too much, so I'll just say this. Everybody knows that Ollie was kind of floppy, and
oh god,
the quality on Ollie wasn't all that good. So everybody knows that going in. But suddenly we see something.
Is that the Not Wheelie?
Yeah, Not Wheelie.
Yeah, I have him. I had to do a lot.
Yeah, so everybody knows that going in. But then we see something we've wanted for a long time that hasn't been offered to us, and that is a Masterpiece-styled Megatron. Knowing that the Ollie issue was and still is there, we still went in on Apollyon. We know what to expect, but we're still going in because we want this figure.
Keep in mind how long it took between Ollie and Apollyon, how much of a gap there was. They had time for the name to die down, should we say? Because it wasn't just Ollie; it was the Red Gobot as well too.
Well, yeah, but still, remember they put out Huff, and I think they put out someone else in between, didn't they?
And Huff suffered from quite a bit as well too.
Everybody, raise your hand. Who bought Huff here?
Well, that's the one I'm selling. So yeah.
You still paid them money for it, though.
Oh, I did. Well, I mean, I paid the store that sold it to me. I didn't pay them directly.
I'm going to stop talking about this. If y'all have anything else you want to say about this, go ahead and get it out now. We'll move on to the next thing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The whole point is the Warbotron suffering? Did Warbotron suffer? And
I'm
really, but they changed their tune.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm done with them. I'm done with them. The second I get the last bot for Bruticus, I'm never buying from that company again ever. They have burned me a little bit too much.
Well, what else besides the
add-on kit that was the big hoopla right now was that add-on kit was supposed to be a freebie originally for us, you know, and then they forked out. It's like, oh no, it's not free. It's just an add-on kit, but it's really cheap. We promise. Oh, by the way, you got to put it together yourself too.
Yeah.
Yep. It comes with a cool Soundwave. I mean, a Shockwave figure, but everyone was under the impression the way they informed us, you know, and told us like, yeah, this is a kit to say we're sorry and we're trying to dedicate to our fans, you know, going, hey, here's a little prize for our slacking off and everything else on the list, and now every company is selling it for $29.99, which isn't too bad, but don't say it was supposed to be a gift to us and then you tell the companies, or you're selling it to the other companies, go, hey, make money off this.
Oh, well, I kind of tuned out of Warbotron news for a while, so I didn't know that there was this kit coming free. So when it was announced, I was like, oh, hey, this is kind of a neat little add-on for it.
Yeah,
see, that's what I was thinking about when I was saying that they haven't suffered. The fact that they're doing that, everybody's thinking, oh, wow, this is nice of them to do, to say sorry. Oh, wait, we have to pay for it?
Yep.
Oh, this is why I'm saying I don't feel that they've suffered from that, from the fallout.
I got 4 of the figures, and I got to complete this set. But after I complete this set, I'm done with this company completely.
And I'm sure they'll say thank you for your money, goodbye.
Well, they're doing, what is it, Computron or?
They're doing Computron and somebody else.
Oh, they're doing someone else too?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Still pass. Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm going to get Warbotron.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bruticus.
It's beautiful. I will admit, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful.
It is.
It's taken a little too long, though.
Yeah, this last mile on this last robot has been kind of surprising, considering they're in such a good pace with the others.
Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of dropped off. I know on Big Bad it still says second quarter of 2015. I'm like, technically, aren't we in the second quarter already?
Well, they have until the end of the second quarter.
Good point.
Well, and always remember, you can't really trust a date when it comes to third party.
There's always going to be delays.
Yeah, always.
Delay.
Otherwise, I would have had Nemesis over a year ago.
Nemesis.
Oh God, oh man.
The waiting for that. But whenever I got it, I felt fulfilled and empty because I no longer had Nemesis to wait for.
Yes, there was no longer this great anticipation for a robot to wait. Like,
out of curiosity, did y'all's arrive okay?
Yeah, they arrived just fine. Like, the outside box was a little roughed up. The inside box was, not the best condition, but the robot itself perfect.
Cool. You saw the run over one yet?
Yeah,
right?
but and you said it right. It was ran over by a local postman. It was no fault of Make Toys or their shipping choices that happened.
That poor guy,
dude. I want to know what was the outcome of that.
I'm sure he had to file a
claim with the
USPS.
Yeah,
it was their fault.
Well, let's move on and let's talk about something we all have that some people are upset that we have, and that is lung cancer.
Lung cancer.
And if I debated on whether I wanted to say that. If anybody has a family member who has issues with that, I apologize. In no way mean that to be a slight at you or your family member.
How could anyone possibly think you would mean that as a slight towards me?
It's
People
all
need
good.
to get some thicker skin.
It's all good. I had a family member myself pass away from lung cancer, but I won't deny being the fact that I helped and contributed to hundreds of thousands of Marlboro miles to collect stuff from Marlboro. So I'm on that boat as well.
I mean, you're not James. You're not saying like we have lung cancer and it's funny.
Okay, I'm kidding. I'm not really sorry.
All right, good. I knew it.
I'm a jerk.
Or because you have lung cancer. Ha. No.
Exactly.
Listen, I'm a white conservative male. Anything I say will be offensive, and I will get in trouble for. So,
well, that's probably true.
Yeah, I've come to accept that a long time ago. I can't get Marble's head back in. Son of a biscuit.
Marlboro? I mean, exhaust?
Yeah, whatever. Can't trying to fold it back in there.
Mr. Smokey.
I haven't even transformed mine.
Oh, really?
Opened it up, looked at it, was like, cool, and put it right back in the box.
So I don't think it's illegal for us to own it.
No, it's not.
Is it illegal for us to sell it?
Well, see, it's not even illegal. It was a threat of lawsuit that kept everybody from selling it.
There was a cease and desist, and no one. Actually, it's not even illegal. So, the way that worked out was that Philip Morris sent their cease and desist, but that doesn't make it illegal.
Correct.
All right, I will be selling my exhaust for $250. Anyone else?
It's not that much anymore.
That's how much I'll be selling mine for.
It's 129 to
Go
149.
with it. Go with it.
I'm gonna post mine at $1,000 with free shipping.
Daddy needs money.
Does it have a carton of smokes with it too?
I'll ship a carton of smokes with it.
Yeah.
For that price.
For that, I'll ship a carton of smokes with it.
A carton of butts, already pre-smoked butts.
Woohoo!
I wonder if Dave can rustle up a Joe Camel custom for me.
Oh God. We all got the figures, I mean, everyone either ordered from eBay, someplace from China. Unfortunately, it
was all the Chinese sellers that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Never mind. Japanese sellers.
Yeah, it was the Japanese sellers that actually came through.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. Everyone got one eventually. I mean, it's a slow process. The price has dropped significantly on eBay, being the fact that they're coming forward more and more and more and more, and people were scared to purchase them at first because of thinking, hence it's illegal, since Philip Morris decided to do their cease and desist thing. But yeah, I would say 65% of the collectors have them now. It's just taking its time.
Yeah,
I have mine, but I never really intended on buying this guy because I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to go to the effort to buy a guy that really has no meaning. The only reason why I have him is because it was an opportunity that popped up, and I said, absolutely, I'll do that. Okay, but I'm not going. I didn't seek him out, and so it was kind of when it happened. I thought to myself, everybody's clamoring for this guy. It's kind of like whenever a toy comes out in Walmart, or in regular retail, everybody's clamoring for this thing. Just give it time. If you want it, with me, you'll be able to get it.
Except for RC and Chromia.
The alt mode livery is really nice on this one. I really like how it looks.
Yeah, I like the alt mode, but I like this Lancia car anyway.
I still say the weapon that it comes with, it looks like a swarm of hand. It does.
It looks like a what?
A shawarma ham.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the little.
I was thinking it looked kind of like a hookah.
Yeah.
Little immobilizer?
Yes.
That's a hookah, man.
It's an immobilizer.
Don't you watch your commercials or cartoons, I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, the figure's cool. I mean, it's done. We got it. Now, there was something that was brought up, and I'm actually real curious about it. Someone mentioned the coins that it was supposed to come with, and that's the China exclusive thing, where the coins. I have yet to see one pop up yet, but I'm wondering if they still exist. Supposedly they were destroyed.
No, they got.
No, I've seen them out and about. Like various places have pictures, but most of the stores did not sell them with it.
Shit.
Like all the Japanese sellers did not sell it with the coin. Not as far as I found out. As far as I found out.
Gotta find
someone here likes the coins.
Yes, I do. They're beautiful.
Found that guy.
Robert, I'm right there with you. I kind of like the coin too.
I don't understand. You're getting a robot. What is the coin for?
I don't know.
Why is a coin involved?
Okay, have you ever collected like coins like from overseas or foreign coins or stuff like that?
No.
Yeah, but that's like separate from like bots.
Yeah, those have intrinsic like value.
Yeah.
Okay, I still have Chucky Cheese coins from when I was a kid.
That's unfortunate.
Got you beat. I got you beat.
Well, I'm sure you do. I don't seek these things out. So
Showbiz Pizza, baby.
Where a kid can be a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a Showbiz in my town. Wow.
Wait, Showbiz is not where a kid can be a kid.
Yeah, it is.
Showbiz
Is pizza.
A kid can be a kid.
No way. That's not the line.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Totally was. As the kid was popping out of the ball pit. Yeah, that's what.
I'm getting this nostalgia.
Oh, man, I'm looking this
I'm
up.
old.
All right. How long have you guys been in Austin?
25 years.
I've never heard of Showbiz.
You remember Pandemonium?
3 years.
Yes, I do. Oh my god.
That was my favorite place to have birthday parties as a kid.
Wow.
Climbing through all those tunnels that were hanging from the
Where
ceiling.
can a kid be a kid?
Showbiz Pizza, we told you. Don't question it.
Quite a number of movies matching kid playing today?
You're not. You asked Siri.
Oh,
Siri was born a few years ago. She's not going to know.
Where a kid can be a kid.
all right. You
Okay.
shouldn't be asking Siri that. She's gonna
Yeah.
think weird things about you.
Ask her to,
you-
where do you hide a body at? Where's the best place?
Apple's
Yeah.
going to report you as a pedophile. But
I asked her on a date if you're on there.
Oh,
Chucky
so you
Cheese.
know everything you
Cheese.
say is recorded, and someone listens to it to check how well Siri answered it.
that's not true.
Someone manually listens to.
It's
to
randomly sampled.
God.
But anyway, so they'll say Chucky Cheese, but that's because Chucky Cheese bought out Showbiz.
Okay, thank you. I'd never heard of Showbiz. I've always heard of Chucky Cheese.
Yeah, Chucky Cheese bought out Showbiz because they were very, very similar operations, and the larger one just decided, I'm gonna eat.
Read the
little guy.
Wikipedia article. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not
Anyway.
that interested in it.
So anyway, I've got Guttur now, and other. I'm just gonna bring us straight back to Transformers.
Oh, Guttur. Let's not talk about
Guttur. He's awesome.
He's diabetic. He's so
He's
big.
huge and beautiful.
He's just a big fat pig.
But he has a floppy pinky that like sort of hangs around. It's sort of dainty.
Pinky. Never mind.
Pinky. He's got a floppy pinky.
Anything else y'all want to say about Marlboro?
Oh, sorry.
That's cool. I'm happy with him. I think he's cool. I'm actually happy about the immobilizer. I think,
His face is very Viacom looking.
yeah.
Transformers Prime.
What in the world?
Or kid could be a kid.
You guys are hearing this? Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm happy with Marlboro Man, and moving on. What do you think of Guttur?
It's beautiful and I love it.
Why?
Except for that floppy pinky. It's sort of like dainty, like he's sort of like just trying to be fancier than me.
What is he, Dr. Evil?
Yeah, it's sort of Dr. Evilish. He's got a floppy pinky, but other than that, he's great. I wish that the extra accessories, like the clear thing that you put on his head and neck, I wish those actually clipped on instead of just laying there, because you can like poke them and they'll come falling off. I don't like that. He's huge. He's got a lot of detail. It's really nice detail. It's got really good paint apps. The quality is pretty amazing, especially for a first run of a new third party. I'm not aware of Gigapower releasing anything else before this. I've never heard of them before this got announced. And the quality is just up there as one of the best ones I've looked at. The transformation is very basic. It's like,
Well, I hear the transformation is like spot on to the G1 toy.
yes, it's like 2 minutes.
Back in 2 seconds, guys.
Okay. There's some extra fiddling around with the legs and the like panels that have the outside of the neck and where the head is. Not too bad. And then a really weird thing I've never seen before in a bot for how you lock in the base of the foot with the toe of the foot. But it works. Yeah, I like it.
The one thing that I did like about Guttur over Sever is the head. I think
Over the separate test shot, we should specify that.
Well, yeah.
I think they're going to change the head, is what I heard.
Well, when I talk about the head on the test shot is more like cartoon and toy accurate. But I think the one on Guttur has a better looking head. With the indentations on the corner of the head, so that the eyes can actually look forward on the dyno mode. On Sever, yeah, it's a test shot that we were able to mess with, but on that test shot he had just a wedge head, so his eyes just looked out the side, kind of like a bird.
Yeah.
Which you understand it was a lizard, so lizards do that thing.
Yeah. I mean, so then who's right and who's wrong? Is Guttur right or is Sever right?
I don't know. You were saying like you like the head better, but with the knowledge that the Sever head is more G1 and toy accurate, which is like what isn't that the aim for most of these toys to be representative of that character and especially the masterpiece style in that time. So I think Slam Dunk is probably like acceptable there for them.
Well, okay, but it does depend on what you're going for. If you're collecting for something that looks cool, or if you're collecting for something that looks accurate.
Okay.
That's my point. That's what I was trying to
Why
say.
not both?
Exactly. Why not both?
Because I don't have that kind of money.
Thank you.
Well, no, not both toys. Why can't it be accurate and cool in one toy?
I don't know. Because okay, hold on.
Wait, you mean you want the customers to actually be happy?
He
What
says,
world do you live in?
Okay, so I'm talking towards the animation. Like some of the toys were awful, like the one in your hand.
which is Ratchet, G1 Ratchet. Do y'all think if and when they ever come out with an Ironhide Takara, Ironhide, or Ratchet, do you think they need to? First off, they're going to do it cartoon accurate, of course, but do you think they need to have some kind of a toy accurate mode in there?
No.
Yes.
I got two answers on that one.
Not at all. The whole reason for the Masterpiece line is to be out of the cartoon. Directly out of the cartoon.
It's designed to take my money. That's what it's for.
Yep.
That's for certain.
Yeah, but it's easy when you're buying two different robots from two different dinosaurs from two different companies.
How many different versions?
I got needs.
How many different versions of
Needs, addictions, it depends on.
Don't judge me. Valid use cases for all of these Dinobots.
How many Brontosauruses do you have, Jeff? How many?
Oh.
Like 10.
Okay.
10.
It's not even my favorite. That's my least favorite of the Dinobots.
Hey, it's been a while since I've heard anything about it. Maybe you guys have heard something. Platinum Edition Dinobots.
What
Have y'all
about
heard anything about that?
Like, well, so the last Platinum Edition Dinobots were the more movie-esque color
G1
Age of Extinction.
Dinobots. I have heard rumors of
Platinum reissues.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that. Like,
I heard it
makes sense because they reissued the Insecticons, which the Insecticons were around the same time.
They've already reissued them once
Dinobots.
before. I've got the G1 reissue Dinobots.
didn't Takara lose some of the rights for the molds?
Maybe. But if you're talking about the Dinobots, I'm sure they're gunning for them right now.
No, that's what I mean. The Dinobots, didn't they lose some of the rights for the molds because some of those were never Takara's to begin with. Some of those were, as I like to say, rented out.
I always heard they just lost the molds.
That is possible too, being the fact that Hasbro or who, well, it wasn't even Hasbro yet.
You mean Hasbro?
Hasbro has destroyed quite a few molds throughout the years. So
They're saying if we can't have them, nobody can.
well, no, I wish it was like that, but unfortunately, starting to learn the process of how to mold stuff and trying to research it and whatnot, those things eventually break no matter what, you know. So
going way off topic here, and Jeff, if you want to, you can finish up about Guttur here in a moment. But no, actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking about molding stuff and talk about Guttur. Did you have anything else about Guttur? I liked him. I thought he was really good. If I had the money, I'd buy him too, just because he looks freaking cool. But
if I knew, well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that I would have waited for Gigapower and skipped fan toys, because I really do enjoy the fans toys ones too. But it's bigger. It's as good of quality as fans toys,
Mhm.
and the same price.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Okay, so
To that point, I mean, how hard are the Dinobots?
that's
they're
true.
not that difficult to Transformers to make.
That is
They're
true.
fairly chunky. They have big movement. There's not a lot. There's
No
some
one cares about kibble.
There's some uh, intricate engineering in the smaller portions, like when you talk about their hands and their feet. But all the other parts are just generally big. It's not that hard to move them. So.
Yeah, kibble's always acceptable on Dinobots for some reason.
So, what do y'all think about back leg or front leg kibble on the lower portion of the Dinobot legs versus like Fans Toys, who likes to tuck them away inside the lower leg? Do you have a preference?
I like them tucked away, although it's more of a throwback to have them invisible.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm a fan of the Fans Toys way of improving on the mold, the idea of them, and I don't know. I'd have to go back to the animation, find out if they actually had them hanging out on their legs, but I really doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
The magical disappearing parts.
Yeah. Well, that's a Transformer, right?
Everybody loves a magical disappearing part.
And everyone can fly.
I believe I can fly.
All right. Well, any more Dinobot talk?
That's all I want to talk about. Actually,
I don't know.
I'm glad you asked.
I kind of wanted to ask Jeffrey one quick thing. Is like, so you've seen Gigapowers, Gigasaur, whatever his name is, and you've seen Fantoys Scoria or Fantoys Sever. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen Shura King's Thunderous, the GC Creations Shura King Thunderous. Like, how would you rate Thunderous in comparison to the rest?
Third.
Mm.
I mean, it's great, but it's sludge and fuck sludge.
Whoa!
It's just
so
a Grimlock accessory.
It's just the character.
You know
come
what?
on, all of them
So-
are Grimlock accessories.
My guy.
So okay,
You
I mean,
did.
Thunderous is great. It's a great figure, but it's smaller, and the leg kibble on Thunderous is ridiculous. It's like he has his legs made out of other bots. Like it is. They're huge. It's terrible. The mass shifting on it is terrible for going to bot mode. And I realized that it's going to be a combiner, so they had to make some decisions. But I mean, well, I say terrible, but that's in comparison to the amazing work done by Fans Toys and Gigapower. It's not bad by any means. It's great, but it's not as good.
It's not bad, but it's
As a
totally
standalone
terrible.
bot.
It's awful.
Yeah, as a standalone bot, it's not as good. But I mean, once you combine it, who cares? It's going to be pretty cool. I don't even know what my own opinion is here. Obviously, I'm conflicted.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying those combiner dinos, you're not buying them for the individual dino mode, because the only reason why you want them is so you can combine them and see what they look like as a giant Dino King or not Dino King. I mean, come on, that's really why.
That thing is going to be massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going to be bigger than Guttur?
Well, the combiner.
Combined, yeah.
Yeah, combined. Yeah, it's going to be.
The combiner is
insanely
going to be as
huge.
big as Warbitron, if not
Is-
bigger.
Bigger
Yeah.
than Robotron.
Holy
Is it going to
crap!
be bigger than Stompin' Chonk Grimlock?
Yes.
Yay! Stupid
Yeah.
stomp chump thingy.
Whatever, he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah, it's only cool because of how much y'all paid for him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get pretty ridiculous with my adjectives. I mean, I don't want anyone to think Thunderous is bad. He's a good bot. It's just compared to the other two as Dinobots,
Yeah.
it's not in the same realm.
Okay, well, that's fair. Well, cool.
No regrets buying it though.
Well, not for at least a year, and then you're.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. No regrets buying any of those Dinobots.
Yeah. All right. Are we dinoed out?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, dang it.
I'm actually going to get my name legally changed to Grimlock.
You go for that.
Grimlock McSnugglekins.
And James can cover the story.
Why has that not happened yet? Has anybody had their name changed to a legal TF?
Yes, there was an Optimus Prime in the army, I think.
And there's also some dude who changed his name to Megatron.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations. I'm not that big of a fan. I'm a big fan, but I'm not that big. Okay. Shall we talk about molding? This will be a quick conversation, but it's something.
Yeah, I was going to say a quick conversation.
Yeah, it is something I was somewhat interested in when it came up, because I know there's a lot of people that kind of like that stand for QuakeWave, and I have one. It's really neat to have QuakeWave in gun mode, and even if Takara came out with their own Shockwave, I'm never getting rid of my QuakeWave because that guy is such a good toy. He's a good gun, and then he turns into a really good robot. So having that stand for him to use is, it's wonderful.
For 2 seconds on QuakeWave, I know the fanboys, bitch and moan about him because they haven't acquired one or the insane prices or whatnot. The figure is too cool. Whether Takara comes out with one, QuakeWave will definitely stay in my collection no matter what, because that put fans' toys on the market right there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was, yeah. There's no way to explain how cool QuakeWave is.
Yeah.
As for the molding for that stand thing, a lot of us know the story about those stands, about how some guy from the UK made those, and they're beautiful. They hold the gun mode perfectly. It does not tip over. It does not feel like it's going to tip over because it has a significant amount of weight because it's resin and whatnot. So kudos to that guy. Unfortunately, he does not make them anymore, sadly enough. So I know there's been some rip-off ones on eBay showing up every now and then, but $40 plus an additional $30 to get the damn thing over here to the States, it's $70. So it's kind of like it's a tough decision to spend $70 on a stand.
I saw one today in person. We're going to commit a heist, and we're going to go liberate the stand.
Yeah, I've got one myself as well too. It's like I said, it's too cool for the molding. What's that?
I said we'll liberate it by giving money to the owner.
The big question is, Eddie from Toy Dojo had informed a lot of us that the guy was not doing too well, and he had not heard back from him. So his whereabouts are currently MIA.
So yeah. The question is, if there's anybody else out in the group that wants one, would it be worth it casting one of those things? Is that easy to do?
Okay, so that's where I'll step in right now. Hobby Lobby currently sells a small kit to make small resin pieces. There are others on the market. It does not come cheap, I will tell you that. Usually the starter kits range from anywhere from $29.99 to up to $200 to $300. If you are serious in it, it can be fun, and also it can be profitable. I've debated about it. I might go buy that small kit at Hobby Lobby to test, play around with, G.I. Joe guns and whatnot. At least if I, screw it up, I only spent $30 on the kit, and, well, I'll never go down that road again. So I'm going to play with that first and see what happens. And if I can get it right and do it right and make colors and whatnot, certain colors or certain items, I will invest in a much larger version, cast and molding set to where I can make those stands or other parts that don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've got plenty of stuff in my collection that I could use an extra or two that I'm not paying the ridiculous, redonkulous prices people are asking for.
Yeah.
We should just see if we could commission Renderform to do it.
Render form, I love them and I hate them at the same time. I've gotten some good stuff from them so far, but some things just don't show up correctly or are correctly in a 3D printer. That's the problem. And keep in mind,
not all of their stuff is 3D printed. That's the 3D printed stuff is Shapeways. Renderform actually does render resin kits.
God, I am so sorry. I totally screwed that up.
You better be.
Sorry about that.
I don't know if I can ever trust again.
I'm out.
No.
I'm gonna go smoke this.
Go for it.
Oh, there's a bunny on the track at NASCAR.
There's a bunny now?
That's not a good place.
Wow. Yeah.
First it was dogs at MotoGP, and now it's bunnies at NASCAR.
There was
Like
a
a
bunny.
Playboy bunny?
They waved the yellow flag, and the video zoomed in on the bunny, and the bunny hopped along. And you know how they have holes for the water to drain through on like the barricades on highways?
They're called gutters.
Good. Well, yeah, but it's on the like.
Speaking of gutter,
called
I
sewer
picked
drains.
up gutter today. Can we talk about that?
Shut up, Jeff.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
I know they're kind of blocked off around here in our hometown. Well,
By fallen trees.
our town of choice here in Austin, because they want to save the water, but they do exist. They are a thing. Sewer drains are a real thing.
I refuse your childhood and accept my own. There's the bunny. It's still there.
Did it not get run over?
Like Playboy.
Well,
bunny?
he's in the grass now.
Like, is this a new thing at NASCAR races? They're having Playboy bunnies walk out on the onto the track to entice the viewers.
Death Race 2000.
Yes.
Yes,
You're welcome.
fantastic.
Sylvester Stallone.
I gotta admit, I was kind of disappointed when I saw that movie. I was hoping for more girls, but whatever. There wasn't enough girls and things of girls showing on film.
They still have not made my Twisted Metal movie.
I want a Carmageddon movie.
Yeah.
You remember that game?
Yes, I do. I still have it.
That game was amazing. All right. Well, yeah, it's something, when I saw you talking about Hobby Lobby and their molding thing, I got really interested in it. Also, Steve and I had talked about it too. So
so a couple years back, my ex-roommate, when I was still living in apartments, used to do it for G.I. Joe molds. Particularly if anybody's been into the G.I. Joe genre, back the original release of the Joe figures, the 3/4 blah 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 whatever inch thingy, they used to come with a little headset, a little piece that it would attach into their ear, and it was kind of like an intercom system headset. Anywho, those pieces became so scarce. There was a high point on eBay where these things for an original one were going up on the high scale of $50, and it's no bigger than I don't even know what to even describe how big this thing is. This thing is nothing. It's just a scrap of plastic pretty much. Anywho, my roommate basically got with another friend, and they started casting these things, and they were selling them for $10 a piece. They floored out of 100 of these things in less than 5 days. Yeah, and so he. Also as well too, they started doing guns and stuff, and they were selling them for $1 a piece, and they made their money's worth from the resin kits. So it did got me interested, so many years ago with that. I mean, I want to do it, but like I said, I do definitely got to fork over a decent amount of money before, things get revved up. But if you need parts, and once I get good at it, if you need parts for G1 stuff, I will be eventually, hopefully, your go-to guy.
I was listening to a podcast, and they made a good point that in a few years, the one most important part of a masterpiece that everybody's going to be paying a lot of money for is this piece right here.
Oh, touche.
How many times have you picked up your masterpiece Megatron or Masterpiece Optimus Prime MP10
Oh, yeah.
and played with his little first knuckle, and that thing just pops right
As
off.
soon as you press his hand around the gun,
Doink.
that first knuckle just flies right off.
Sound
Wave, yes.
Soundwaves does it too.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was just looking around on Shapeways for different like Transformer parts, and I noticed that one of the guys who does quite a few sells like a 10-pack of the fingers for Optimus Prime.
She was. Well,
No surprise there.
let's see. Any of y'all have something you want to bring up? And we're not going to talk about Guttur.
Wait,
Guttur's a great
we
figure.
talked about Guttur? Who's Guttur?
Jeff would like to
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, Jeff
So
would
I got
like to
this
talk about
bot today.
Dinobots.
It's Gigapower's Guttur Master Robots. Let me go ahead and I've got some literature I would like to read on the subject.
Okay, I got one that we have not brought up.
Real quick,
it's-
Jeff, have you posted pictures of Guttur yet? I have not seen it.
I have. But here, let me go ahead and read you the bio. This is really important. I'm going to read this for you. Ready? Guttur is grumpy and solitary gigasaur. Although he may occasionally speak to you, it would only be to let you know how gruesome everything is. He
There you
enjoys
go,
his
Josh.
free time, which he usually spends catching lots of fish. No wonder they call him Ma. Guttur will do whatever his leader asks him to, but he sure won't be happy about it. The only thing that makes him really cheerful is battle. He just loves to smash bad guys and shatter his surroundings. Sadly, most of his opponents don't have the guts to fight him anymore, as they are overshadowed by his hulking physique.
I will say the best rendition of a bio was done by Thew for Fall of Cybertron Blaster.
No wonder they call him Ma. That's my favorite sentence.
When's dinner? Robert,
No wonder they call him Ma, because he's spends his free time catching lots of fish.
Okay,
Robert,
anywho.
what were you going to talk about?
Josh has brought him into the picture. Let's not forget the now very favorable Star Saber.
Well, that's 2000 late, dude.
Shut up.
You mean Star Saber?
He's the
Star
latest
Saber.
masterpiece.
Okay.
He is the latest masterpiece. He's
I-
valid to
I-
talk about.
I bought it because I am an MP junkie. If Takaro said we're going to put a turd in a box and call it MP99, I would buy it because it has the MP slapped on it.
And you get
Oh,
to-
okay, so that means you do have Optimus Prime.
Yes, I do.
It would
Yes, I
actually
do.
have to change into something else.
I really have no knowledge whatsoever for Star Saber. I know it's it's part of a series. Blah 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 blah. I have not been impressed with such a figure since Ultra Magnus. This so simplistic, so solid, perfect figure, hands down. Takaro really went out and beyond with this figure.
Well, you say so simplistic, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't say simplistic about this figure. Yes, there are a lot of big, blocky, chunky bits, but there is movement in the wrist that doesn't exist in any other Masterpiece figure.
Yeah, you definitely got that right, actually.
And I need to check that out. I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, and the way the shoulders come out to make the arms more opposable, sure, it makes the shoulders look a little strange, but yeah, that doesn't exist. Ultra Magnus has that a little bit, but not to the extent that Star Saber does. Yeah, they just did a really good job. I agree there.
The only complaint right now that's going around is the whole sword hilt thing right now.
Yeah.
And Shapeways, there is someone on Shapeways that made a coupler for it. I'm waiting for it to be in the mail. Was hoping for it to be in the mail today. Not yet. So it was $11 with shipping. So we'll find out what it looks like. Hopefully, I guess since no mail is tomorrow, Monday. Hopefully it comes in and we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking forward to
I'm
the
being
pictures of that, Robert.
yeah, I'm being the guinea pig on this one as usual. But it's such a cool figure. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Amazing figure.
And I mean, I didn't own the G1 toy because
Who can afford it?
Yeah, I didn't collect the Japanese Transformers as they came out. But according to what I've found out, like this thing is almost exactly like just steps up exactly like it.
Well, the Japanese version I have doesn't have knees.
Well, okay, so but
Yeah.
I mean, it steps up from
It's way better.
small
Yeah, but
robot
it
into
looks-
slightly larger robot into giant armor.
It looks like the lines and the angles and proportions are spot on. It's just missing Victory Leo.
I mean, we all found out that Takara said that, oh well, if Star Saber is popular enough.
Yeah, I want to know if he's been popular enough.
To
A
what?
lot of people don't know this, but Victory Leo was actually originally
It was God Jinrai.
God Jinrai, which is Optimus Prime in
Yeah.
the Japan version. So
Y'all do know about the little connectors on the bottom of the feet.
Yeah,
right?
the connectors exist. That's why they said it's like, well, we're going to leave the option to make it eventually if we want to. But I mean, just if Star Saber was popular enough, they're going to go ahead and do that thing with Victory Leo.
Victory Leo.
But
So
you know what? Even if Takara doesn't, those
Third
ports
party.
leave the option for a third party to go. Let's go.
let's go.
Hey, yeah, third party. That's true. So yeah, we're talking about simplistic earlier, and I was thinking about it like with the Dinobots. We said they're kind of simplistic and how they transform. It's kind of easy to do a Dinobot. You have Ultra Magnus. I mean, the G1 toy and the MP toy kind of just transform the same. I mean, you know, of course, there's differences. I understand that, but basically,
the
You
G1
don't-
toy had it was an Optimus Prime with battle armor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
you don't have me on that. You have to like completely unfold the cab to get Ultra Magnus Masterpiece into shape
okay, you're right. But where does the cab go?
around the back and the front.
Okay, well, mostly around the back, though, right?
Well, mostly, yeah.
Okay, so where's the cab on the G1 toy?
Well, I mean, it's all in the back. Like there was
Okay.
a slot. No, just set him in there. Done.
Yeah, but basically the cab.
Set him in there. Give him a helmet. Done.
Yeah, but the cab goes on the back and the trailer stands up. I mean, that's what I'm saying as far as simplistic. Take a look at what is it? Citizen Stacks. Citizen Stacks and MP basically do the same, don't they?
No.
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 Okay. How do you? I say they do. You have different parts and panels that move differently. That's engineered differently, but the overall way, it's kind of like Ford and Chevy's different, but the cars are still the same. You got four wheels and a gasoline engine, even though there's different engineering built into it.
Highly oversimplistic.
It is oversimplistic, but
I
mean-
mean, that is an oversimplified description of it. It's like you could apply that same description to every Transformer in your collection.
um,
I mean, both Bumblebee and Ultra Magnus start off as vehicles.
Yeah, they all
and
have tires and they just fold up and they have arms and legs and bam, we're done.
okay. I disagree with you on that. I still say that it basically is the same thing. The trailer stands up and the cab goes on the back.
Well, that's the character, right? So that's how the
Ultra
character was
Magnus.
designed. But if you look, but there are like engineering differences between the Masterpiece and Citizen Stack. Like
Well,
if
of course.
you take a close look at Stack, the cab just ends up being a empty hollow shell inside of a cavity, really closer similar to the G1 toy, whereas the MP Ultra Magnus, that cab kind of like unfolds and tucks away for the most part, except for that strange butt flap.
The butt flap is the entire top piece of the cab.
Yeah,
And then you have the two panels on the side of the cab that pop out and then flip around
and
to the
rotate
front of it.
but I mean that
Other than that, the rest
generally that cab, I mean, it folds around the top
Mhm.
to become like more.
it's the top of his
Yeah,
shoulders. Yeah, but that's still the cab on the back of the body.
Well, yeah, but like, that cab goes there.
Okay, okay.
I mean, they're not
So-
going to suddenly turn the cab into his feet.
Yeah, but like with MP10, you have to hide his wheels. You can't just have his wheels hanging off the side like you did with the G1 toy. You can't just have his arms fold out from the side. They have to be engineered to fit in there nice and properly. But with Magnus, his arms are the top of the trailer, and there's no two ways about that. Now, there's different ways to engineer that, as in the pylons fold in on each other and then fold back out from the trailer.
And that is also the like stepping right out of the TV screen animation.
Exactly. So with Star Saber, and keep that in mind. That's what I'm going at. There are certain toys that you can't really change how they transform or how they look as far as the G1 toy to the Masterpiece. I mean, they're going to look the same. They're going to look extremely similar. And Star Saber is the same way. You have the little guy pops in. Now the engineer is going to be different, especially with the face. But you have the little guy fits in there, and then the middle guy folds up and then becomes the chest with a little clip that holds it in place. It's the same thing with the Masterpiece, correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, the little guy fits into the next bigger up guy, and the next bigger up guy folds and slides into the chest cavity.
Yeah, so I am being oversimplified when I describe all this. I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is there's a certain level. It seems the bigger these masterpieces get, the more simplified they become. And Robert, you mentioned there's that Star Saber simplified. I understand the argument for him being simplified. I also understand the argument.
My definition of simplified is I don't have to go through 55 steps to transform him. Mm-hmm. And that was with Ultra Magnus, and that's with Star Saber. Yeah. It's about what, 15 steps, 17 steps, maybe.
Yeah,
and that's what I classify as simplified. One thing that one of the most infamous toys that I have is, and I'm so terrible with remembering its name, is the Hearts of Steel Shockwave figure.
Yeah,
that thing took me 55 minutes to transform. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again. 55 minutes to transform because of error, correct, error, correct. At least with the Star Saber, and Ultra Magnus, no matter their size, it's perfect transformation. There's no frustration, should we say?
Yeah. I feel the bigger the bots get, and this isn't a complaint. I feel the bigger the bots get, the more simplified the transformation becomes. Now that's of course, that is me oversimplifying the description of how they transform and the amount of engineering built into them. But
there's also another factor to take into account there. As stated, they are walk off the screen, mm-hmm. Almost perfect, like renditions of their character. Yeah. So you have to take what engineering decisions they made back then. Be like, oh, we're animating this toy mm-hmm. to sell it.
Yeah.
So the bigger you get, the less. I mean, the more you had to save on certain things back then. Mm-hmm. So these masterpieces are just representing that, but in a better way.
Yeah.
So they include like the hidden gun pods. They include extra accessories. They include other little fun things on the toy that are more articulation.
Yeah.
Than we ever had. So.
I'll ask you this, and then I'll let y'all say, and I'll stop talking. Do you think, and again, this is, I mean, I can't think of any other way to describe it, but describe to me the engineering difference between something like Star Saber versus the Dotson brothers or Wheeljack. Do you think there is a simplification factor there, or do you think one is more simpler than the other to transform, or do you think there's just the size, like you were saying, smaller, so you have to put more engineering into it?
Yeah.
No.
I say yes. I mean, they're trying to get more motion and more detail into the smaller space. That's going to take a little bit more of an effort to engineer. Plus, there's the fact that the Masterpiece cars, like all of them, are licensed vehicles. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to shove a robot into the likeness of a robot.
What about B?
What about
B? B was extremely simplified.
He was simplified, but they did a really good job engineering him to be simple.
Well, I mean, he was a simplified masterpiece. Like they said, oh, he's small, so we just gotta like take some hits here and make him small.
I'll give you that.
I still think the engineering that went into B is amazing. They did great things. Everybody talks about the hood flap folding up into his chest, just and the amount of folding that goes around for the fenders on the back of the car becoming the bottom half of his arms. Just those little touches like that. It's a smaller vehicle, so they put a lot into it, but it's simplified, but there's a lot of engineering. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's how I see B. So it seems like there's a middle size for these robots where, and I say middle as in the Datsun size as well as MP10 and even Soundwave size. There's a lot of engineering that goes into those sizes to make them become what they become, whereas the bigger bots, and I guess you can include B in that too. It doesn't take much to make them what they become. B doesn't take much because the engineering's wonderfully done on him. But the bigger bots, to me, seem easier to do just because there's more space, and you can move big things around. And I'm babbling, so I'm going to stop talking.
You're not babbling.
Well, it's you talked about the simplification of Star Saber, and so that's what got me on that because I've heard both. I see what people say when they talk about the simplification of Star Saber, but he's so big that there's still little tiny engineering details in it that make him still a perfectly and well done masterpiece. Even though he's so big and so easy to, his arms and his legs just pop out the side of his V-star,
Yeah, but then you move on to things like I mentioned earlier, the wrists on him have more articulation than out of any other masterpiece bot. So that's something where they decided, oh, hey, we have to make these decisions to be toy or animation accurate, but let's do this because we have the room.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like that's why when I hear people say he's oversimplified, I keep thinking and reminding to myself there's details inside of these robots that make them perfectly engineered, and it's the little things that matter on the bigger bots, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, but anywho, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about that because I can get on my high horse. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well,
or do you just want to go and talk about what you got?
Everyone knows it's Guttur. That's me.
I'm losing you. I can't hear you anymore. I think you're about to drop connection in a second.
Okay.
Haters.
Hey, we know
fans toys for life.
We know that KFC for life. What?
You really want me to drive over and beat you with a stick, don't you?
You can beat me with your Citizen stack because I got $5 as you got one.
Nope, sure don't.
Dang it!
Oh, you were saying, James, like your second Citizen stack, you were like extremely satisfied with.
Yeah.
Like, and I was burned by the first run. Like every problem the first one had, I had.
The bitch fest that I heard after that came out, that they were releasing a second version and fixing everything, and they pretty much said F you to everyone else.
In 3 weeks. That was the problem. Like if they waited a year, they waited 6 months. That probably wouldn't have been as big a problem. But they were like,
no free parts,
oh shit,
nothing.
3 weeks. Oh crap! Yeah. We knew there was these problems, but we shipped out what was in factory anyway.
Yeah, screw you, first edition guys. Yeah, and that was the saddest part about from KFC as well too. It's like, oh, you know what? We really want to keep our fan base. How about we start shipping these things out to the distributors, and they'll pay the postage for. I would have paid the postage for Christ's sakes. I mean, literally, KFC said, screw those guys. They bought our toys. They took the punch. Screw them.
Well,
Did they really say that?
Well, they didn't.
No, that's what it felt like.
It felt like they said that, and they eventually made good with some replacement parts, but for the vendors to get those replacement parts, like they had to order the second edition,
which no one wanted either. I'm pretty sure we can talk to some distributors that were like, no, we're not buying those.
Yeah.
So, and it still didn't fix all the problems. Like, there's paint applications that just we'll never get on the first edition.
Mm-hmm. It's the same way with Transistor. I mean, perfect, awesome figure. One small little problem is the paint chipping. You know,
Ooh.
I mean, there's always going to be problems, but some can be fixed and some can't be fixed.
I haven't had any paint chipping problems on my Transistor.
I've noticed a couple, and it's a matter of how rough or how soft you are with the figure. But I have one friend in San Antonio that he loves the figure to death, but he's like, they should have never went with this chrome paint paint stuff, with Transistor. It chips off too easily. They should have just went with a flat red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm happy with mine. It's got a couple chips, but I can deal with it.
I only had an issue when and Steve is going to hate me for saying this, but when the panel that pops open to fold his head back, I couldn't get that open, so I had to use I can't remember if it was a pocket knife or a small screwdriver, but
oh, James,
it's
in trouble.
Chip, and I was all right.
I had to dissect the forearm to get the hand out.
Yeah. So let's move on real quick to Gets, and we'll start wrapping this up. Let's see. We already know what Jeffrey got. So Josh, what you get, bud? Anything recently?
Really recently, probably not. I mean, there's exhaust. There's, I got a Takara version of the Leader Jetfire.
How did the the sticker set that you bought? How did that turn out for Jetfire?
Oh, the Veritech, the Robotech
Yes.
Veritech.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. Like I brought that to the meetup and everybody had to see it. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I'll bring him back just for you.
Oh, I saw
Just for you.
pictures. I think I'm pretty sure you posted pictures of them. But
I suppose the other new things I got, like I kind of splurged and treated myself to something weird. Like I had to get the PlayStation Optimus Prime because it's Optimus Prime. And I have to have almost everything Optimus Prime as long as it's halfway decent. But so I had to also get. I'm more of a Sega person than I was a Sony person at that time. So the Sega Genesis Megatron I also got, and that was really cute. We took some pictures at the meetup where somebody had their phone with the opening screen to the PlayStation and then playing Sonic, and it's pretty awesome.
I saw that. That was cool. Well, moving on, Robert, do you get anything fun?
Let's see what I've gotten. I from one of the groups on Facebook, I got a I don't remember what company or what convention it was. Is a Dreadwing and Smokescreen using the Revenge of the Fallen. Oh God, what's his name? Anywho, God, I'm having brain farts. Way too bad.
Was it the plane?
Yeah, it was the plane, the stealth fighter.
Yeah, it was Mind Wipe, I believe.
Thank you. It was a con exclusive.
Yeah.
It was basically a blue mold. I got that for pretty decently cheap, and because of the last meetup, someone had busted out a tidal wave, and I picked up the Japanese version of tidal wave, actually the purple edition, for pretty damn cheap. Actually, I got it for $35.
Nice score on Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave's so great.
I have to. There's only 3 molds, so I'm down to one last mold, which is the white and neon green one.
So a big shout out to Adam for hooking me up with these two guys. Editor's note. At this point in the podcast, James is foolishly holding up Armada Megatron and Armada Tidal Wave to a camera, not saying who he's holding up, because everybody on the podcast can see it. Unfortunately, you can't. It's Armada Megatron and Armada Tidal Wave. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. $40
there you go.
And something came with all the features. I haven't checked and see if Megatron has batteries in there, but his stuff doesn't work. His electronics aren't doing anything. I still need to open up and check if there's batteries in there or not. But yeah, this Tidal Wave is amazing. My nephew was flipping out over the character too.
Just don't lose the missiles because they cost $20 a piece.
Yeah, I put all the missiles like he had all the missiles for Megatron as well as Tidal Wave, and I put them in a bag and said, "Nope, these are never seeing the it's never."
There you go.
And he also had the stickers, the card-sized stickers for both characters,
Oh yeah,
still on the backing. So that's really cool.
nice.
But yeah, I love this guy, especially on Tidal Wave. How you can get the thing to pop up right there.
Yep, and it hides the ship, the Micron. Yep.
Put your little minicon in there. That is really cool.
I bought that figure at Walmart, and during my anything that was Transformers, I will buy phase, and I could not believe how cool that figure was. Actually, I was like, "Wow, this is pretty impressive." Congrats to Hasbro.
So here we go. Does it work like that? Does this guy fly or no? He never flew. He's just on the water, right? Tidal Wave.
Technically,
Never saw the cartoons. I don't know.
I own it, just haven't watched it.
Real quick, did y'all ever play the Armada Transformers PlayStation game?
Heard it was cool, never picked it up because it was on PlayStation 2 and I never owned a PlayStation 2.
Absolutely. I played that game. I loved it.
This guy was a pain.
Oh, he was a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Over a half an hour of fighting that guy alone.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Saw the screenshots.
Yeah, as Optimus Prime trying to run around on a little island.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to take out Tidal Wave.
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt. It was fun. It was one of those things where you just run away from them, take some pot shots, run away from them, take some pot shots. Yeah, an hour and a half or a half an hour, depending on. But that was a fun game. I liked it.
Picked up exhaust, by the way, too. Don't know.
Sweet.
And I'm done.
How much, if you don't mind me asking, how much did the Takara, the Japanese version of Tidal Wave, cost you?
With ship, okay, so I won it at $31 with plus $8 shipping.
Wow,
yep.
That's good.
And unfortunately, it is out of box, but it is complete. I could care less about the box. I just wanted the figure.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'll move on real quick. I'll just tell you mine. So basically, I'm waiting on Armada Megatron, the CW version, to come in. Just because after getting this guy, the original Armada Megatron, I figured, well, might as well. It'll be kind of neat to have them standing next to each other. But also, I've decided to go G1 a little bit. So I ended up getting from Toy Dojo G1 Jazz, and then Ironhide and Ratchet, which are very interesting. I haven't opened up Jazz yet. I look forward to it. And then also online, I was able to score, still packaged in the box and everything, the Hasbro Encore smokescreen. Really good price. Really good.
Wait, which one? Encore or the TFC version?
Encore.
Encore.
The Toys R Us version.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, the guy with Velcro.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't opened them up yet, but I actually have. I just haven't transformed them.
I love that series, but man, they were retarded expensive at Toys R Us.
Yeah, I got this guy for $25, basically.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Nice.
But anyway, he's cool. Like I said, I haven't actually transformed him. I opened him up. Manhandled. He smells like rubber. It smells delicious. And I love
got the new bot smell.
Yeah, exactly. New bot smell. So that's my G1 gets. That's pretty much all I've gotten. And I plan on aiming towards G1 a little bit more, moving mainly to Masterpiece and G1. I've got my Combiner Wars guys. The rest of the Combiner Wars this year, I think, are just basically going to be repaints. And so I don't want.
I think Defensor is going to have the last original bots. Well. I won't say that. I'm still expecting an original mold for the Galvatronus, but maybe only one.
Like sweeps.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get sweeps.
If they come out with sweeps for him, that's gonna be. I've decided not to get Cyclonus. I really want to, but I don't have the money. I probably will anyway.
Can't believe that.
So.
Really burn out the mold real quick.
I haven't gotten a single Combiner Wars figure.
They're good for what you're paying for, but again,
I really don't care that they're reusing them. They're just I mean, and I'm not trying to use this as a negative. They're just generic enough that a repaint and slight retooling really makes them like a different character. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah. Even if you don't like that Prime, you have to admit that that mold's good for what they're using it for, in my opinion. I mean, there's bad things about it, but the fact that they were able to figure out how to come up with that mold and use for both of them, I don't know. There's complaints about both those figures, about both the Prime and Motormaster.
Both of
but
them. There's a rumor there's a third robot in line for that mold.
Ooh.
Soundwave.
What? Haven't
heard that one.
There's some IDW drawings that look exactly like that mold of Soundwave.
Oh dear God.
Huh. We'll have to see that one. That'll be interesting.
But so I think if we could get like one original deluxe out of the line every like other combiner, considering they're supposed to carry this line all the way through 2016. Wow, and if we get a combiner every 3 months.
Is there anybody that you can think of from, for instance, Computron that could be turned into a sweep? I'm trying to think of anybody that...
Strafe.
Maybe, you think?
Yeah. They could do a retool. They could do a robot that would be a small retool away from Strafe and Scourge.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Because you always hear them say, "Well, they didn't say no." So that's what I heard when it comes to bots for Megatronus, that they didn't say no. So I keep that in mind. But anyway, so Josh, besides Guttur, no, I'm sorry, not Josh, Jeff.
Oh, Guttur.
Besides Guttur,
glad you asked.
Did you get anything else?
I did get Guttur. I'll be taking that to bed with me, tucking him in, keeping him nice and safe. Are you gonna be Stomp and Chomp Grimlock, which is as big as my cat. It's quite exciting. Big, ugly hunk of plastic that I'm glad I didn't pay full price for.
Yep.
But it is Grimlock, so I had to eventually get it. I got that. Picked up Armada Prime, which is the ugliest Prime I think I own. I actually don't know another Prime that's as ugly as this.
That's a Prime I won't even pick up. Like I won't even pick up that Prime.
It's terrible.
All right, all right.
The posability is non-existent. It has a truck grill for a chest instead of the windshields. Not even faux windshields.
All right, hold on.
I
got questions for you. Have you put batteries in that guy? Have you turned his done that IR thing?
Not yet.
Okay. Could it be said that the fact that trailer will transform on its own via IR signal from Optimus? Do you think that has any redeeming factor or redeeming quality for that figure?
No, I'll never use it.
Well, if you're never going to use it, how can you say yes or no?
It's worthless to me. It's not something I care about.
Well, you haven't even tried it. Maybe you do it and you think, "Oh, this is really cool."
I saw a YouTube video. I was like, eh.
That's like saying I've been to Disney World because I watched other people's video.
I mean,
I watched a roller coaster review and I totally know everything about that roller coaster.
I can transform myself and get the same result.
No, okay, I'm going into fence mode right now. The Armada was all right. The one that I hate the most is the Energon Optimus Prime, aka Prego.
Fatimus Prime.
Yeah, Fatimus Prime. That thing is hideous.
Oh, that thing was also awful.
Oh God, no! That thing just takes the damn cake.
Well, this is the ugliest one I own, and I'm looking to offload it. And I'll take $5 for it. $5.
I'll take that one.
All right, sold
for free.
Oh.
I heard an agreement at $5. Like the going rate was $5, and then I heard someone say, "Yeah, I will take it."
The only one I'm giving away for free is that Cybertron Defense Red Alert.
We'll talk. We'll talk off camera.
$5 is a wonderful price.
You just said he's the ugliest robot in the world, and now you want to sell him to me for
$5. It's probably worth more than that.
mhm.
Did it?
All right, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to throw out there besides?
Guttur's awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
Someone send me money so I can start paying off Eddie.
I actually want to know if Eddie has like a direct deposit thing. I could just have part of my paycheck siphoned off.
Oh shit, we should probably start telling him to do that. Like my monthly car payment, man.
Yeah, just have it like build up, and then like I have money in my account, and I can just get bots. Just like pay first, and then be like, hey, how many bots can I get? And then
I've got.
'cause that money's gonna go that way anyway.
I turned 35. I don't even go to the bars anymore. I worry about what toys I can pay for now. Oh, God. But shout out to Eddie though. Eddie, as usual, from ToyDojo.com. Thank you very much for getting us all the cool toys that we desire and go bananas for.
Hey, who all got in on the pre-order for Ultra Magnus?
The Combiner Wars one?
Yeah, Combiner Wars.
Right
Got
here.
it. Yep.
Yeah, you bet. That thing looks great.
He's
It
still
looks
up.
amazing, but I just got an Ultra Magnus.
And apparently he's going to end up being almost as tall as the Masterpiece.
Yeah.
What? Oh man. Nice.
It
Well,
looks,
yes.
it looks amazing. That mold looks amazing. Some people don't like the aggressive look of the cab. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that alt mode.
Well, so it was announced, pictures came out, and I'm like, crap! I just bought the Fans Project armor for the Universe Ultra Magnus mold, and that was geared after the IDW look, and now they've got the one that is like purely straight up IDW look, and it's like they look so similar.
Yeah.
And I just got that one.
That may be the one Combiner Wars figure I pick up. That and Devastator.
Yeah. What about anybody getting? Oh, I forget the name. The repaint of Power Glide into the GI Joe airplane, the Raptor,
Pass.
the little legend.
I think I'm in for like one of everything Combiner Wars, except for Megatron. Megatron's not doing it for me. That leader class.
He's a good toy, but honestly, if you are looking at him because of his size and he can stand next to your MP guys, then just go with Apollyon.
Yeah,
That's
the route I'm ended up going.
Yeah. Let's see, Masterpiece Tracks.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely yes.
I don't. Anybody get
nipples hard.
Anybody get on the blue streak?
Oh yeah. Well,
Also yes.
Not yet.
The blue
I
streak
think
looks
it's
pretty
gonna be
damn
more
great.
limited. I think we're expecting a very limited release on that one. I know I pre-ordered it the second Eddie posted it because, I mean, I don't know if it's BS or not on how many quantities they are making, but I have a good feeling that a certain other company is going to be canceling a lot of pre-orders.
Yeah.
I know at least with our infamous Toy Dojo, he'll get us whoever pre-ordered first. He'll get us our figures. That's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, you bet.
The last one I'll ask because I'm interested in it. I haven't actually pre-ordered War Dog, but yeah, that bad cube War Dog.
I'm going to pre-order that. It looks
Pre-ordered.
beautiful.
Also pre-ordered. I'm in for everything that they produce as far as the Minibots line goes because the other three are fantastic.
Yeah. Well, rub it in our face, why don't you?
Just saying.
I'm
I
kidding.
heard there was like a picture somewhere on the internet of like a G1 sort of transformation for that War Dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the transformation that's off the backing card, the one where he's like half tank, and
Yeah,
got the
I
upper,
want to say
upper
that
body.
picture's out there somewhere on the
Oh
internet.
yeah,
You haven't seen
it's
it
pretty
yet?
great.
Well,
And Bad Cube themselves went G1 enough for you.
yeah, they did a pretty good job with that. I'm looking forward to it. I love the tank mode too. That's
Yeah.
For me, it's the tank mode that really sells it. The robot mode's still really cool, but that tank mode does it for me, definitely. But anyway, well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Yeah, to those listening, I appreciate y'all joining us. Guys, I appreciate y'all taking time out of your evening and talking. And Josh, I also appreciate you recording this for me. I know you had to pay money for that program, and I appreciate what you did for us.
This isn't the only use I get out of it, so it's totally fine.
Awesome. Well, guys, have fun, enjoy, and we will see you on the next podcast.